Now what we want to go ahead and get into is we're going to get into a little bit of some how-to stuff, some very important foundational basic stuff that everybody needs to build a successful network marketing organization. In any business that you build, there are essential materials or essential monies or finances or assets or whatever it is that you actually need to make that business thrive and to make that business move forward and to make that business grow. Typically, when starting a business, it takes what? Money. Am I right? It takes a lot of money. Capital in traditional business is typically the fuel or the engine behind a business becoming successful when that capital is associated with a person who has a big dream and that person who understands exactly what they are about to do. I don't care how much money you have. If you give it to a fool, you'll just have a rich fool, temporary, and then your business will go out of business soon. So money is just not the only part of becoming successful in any traditional business. What money is the resources. How many of you in here started a traditional business before? Raise your hands if you owned a business. Carolyn, what type of business was it that you own or do you own now?
Custom picture framing.
Custom picture framing. I'm very familiar with that business. There was equipment and machinery that you needed. Inventory that you needed. Now, depending on how large your business was, typically most people can't do it from the home if they do a lot of wholesale business. Or if they have a retail business, they don't do it from their home, typically. Maybe employees that was needed. Maybe lines of credit that was needed. And let me ask you a question. From your initial investment of getting that business started, did you break even your first month?
No.
No, she says. No. Second month? Not even your third month? No. Anybody else started a business? What type of business was it?
Transportation, service maintenance prevention for Alamo and Enterprise out of the airport.
That business. But it costs money to get started, am I right?
Yes.
Did you break even your first month?
No.
Second month?
4 years later.
4 years later, broke even. Why didn't you quit?
9/11 bankruptcy. They filed bankruptcy. They no longer needed me as an outside vendor.
So he didn't quit, they quit on him.
Right.
4 years later, it took him to earn his first dollar of profit. Anybody else start a business? Raven, what type of business was it?
Cosmetic.
Cosmetic business. Supplies you had to buy?
Oh, yeah. Lots of it.
Advertising?
Advertisement.
Inventory? I bet you broke even your first month, didn't you? She didn't break even. She didn't break even. And some people get involved in network marketing and they don't break even their first month. Oh, it doesn't work. Tell Leslie that for 4 years. A couple of years probably. I don't know how many years. Anybody else start a business? Anybody took longer than 5 years to break even? Harold in the back. Ronnie? How long, Ronnie? 7 years. Tony? Still recouping. How long has it been, Tony? 10 strong, 10 years. And you didn't quit? No, he didn't quit. You follow? Now, am I saying it's going to take that long to start making a profit? No. Guys, you can get started in this business network marketing for as little as possible, and you can make your money back immediately. I know people, including myself, who got their initial outlay of cash that they put into this business, and I got started at the highest level, and we got our money back in the first day. Okay? We had earned the money back in the first day. Actually didn't receive that check the first day, but we had done the work to earn our money back our first day. And I've helped several people to do that, a lot of people to do that. Okay? And so when you look at this business here, guys, it's incredible. Now let's talk about that for a second. See, that's traditional business, what I just gave you an example of. Taking years and years and years and years and years. This is why people don't quit those businesses. This is why. Because they see cash coming in. It's not profit, but they see cash coming in, and psychologically they think the business is working. They're not making any profits, but cash is coming in. If that was the case, you might as well go and work for a bank. Be a bank teller. You're counting cash all day long. I mean, just shoveling that cash, you know. Here you go, here you go, here you go, and walk out feeling rich. You know, You should get in business to make a profit. And that's why people don't quit, because cash is coming in. Cash is coming in. What they're thinking is this. They're thinking that because cash is coming in, someday I am going to turn a profit. And they stay in the business, and they stay in the business, and they stay in the business. And I guess what? I applaud those people, because that's a principle that works. And if it wasn't for those people, our country wouldn't be what it is today. Because it's the entrepreneurs that have laid the foundation and laid the groundwork for most of you in here who have jobs. If it wasn't for those people, 99% of you wouldn't have jobs. I think jobs are great temporarily, while you're working on your picture, while you're working on your dream. Now, how does that relate to network marketing? In network marketing, you don't need a lot of money. The thing I love about this business, you don't need money. There's billions and billions of dollars of resources out there that you get access to for free. It's called people. People. See, people are the resources in this business window. See, to me, a window coming into my business is worth more than the bank loaning me $20,000. It's worth more than the bank loaning me $100,000. It's worth more than somebody giving me $100,000. If you understand what I'm saying. And so people are the resources. Now let me ask you a question. When the last time you saw people stop being born? Is there a decline in the birth rate right now? No. That means that people are being born faster than money is being printed. So which is more important, people or the money? Exactly. Now, so if there's people being born faster than money is being printed, and there's more people out there than there is money, which should you pursue? Should you pursue a business that requires a lot of money, or should you pursue a business that has unlimited resources, unlimited people, born all the time, and there's millions of people out there right now who are looking for an opportunity, and if that wasn't the case, you wouldn't be in this room today. And so sometimes we're chasing the wrong thing and we have the wrong picture. So what we're going to talk about right now is list building and how to invite.
This is one of my favorite skills to teach. When I mastered the art of contacting and inviting, my income quadrupled in less than 6 months. Pay close attention and continue practicing these approaches until you have mastered them.
Building a list and how to invite. People are the raw materials. They're the resources. Some of you got involved in the business because we have a great cold market program. That is incredible. That is what we call fuel to the fire. That is called putting your business on steroids. That is called growing it faster when you have a warm market built. What I have found is this. I have found, in my experience, the people in my organization have grown the fastest when they've built their warm market first, and then they start adding cold market or our ad program to it. Does that mean you can't grow fast if you start just with cold market or the ad program? No, it doesn't mean that at all. I'm just giving you what my experience has been and what I teach to people in our organization. Now, if people are the raw materials, people are the resources, and there's unlimited number of people, and typically in traditional business, the more successful your business comes, the more what you need? Money. The bigger it becomes, the more money you need. The bigger it becomes, the more money you need. The bigger it becomes, the more money you borrow. The bigger it becomes, the more money you borrow. The bigger it becomes, the more debt you're in. That works the same in this business here. The bigger your business becomes, the more people your business will bring in. The bigger your business becomes, the more profits you will make as well in this business without the debt load. That's what I'm telling you guys. When you sit down and think about this from a business standpoint, get the emotions and the feelings all out of it. Most of us haven't been trained on how to evaluate a real business anyway. So don't think that you're some wizard on business evaluation. Get that out of it and just look at it. Millions of dollars over here. A couple hundred to $1,000 over here. Expenses over here can be in the tens of thousands per month, with income being negative, no income, no profit. Expenses over here, $100, $200 max, somewhere around there. And profits can be in the 6-figure and even in the 7 figures, and not take 10 years to get there. You follow what I'm saying? When you look at it from that standpoint. No inventory requirements, no leases, no employees. I mean, on this hand over here. On the other hand, leases, inventory, employees, workman's comp, insurance, other stuff. No money, no profits, no time. It's consuming all of your time. Over here, part-time, a lot of money, unlimited resources. You can build it as big as you can picture it. Here, you're basically almost limited. Competition will crush you if you don't have enough resources. Over here, the only competitor is your ability to imagine how big you want it. It's the only competitor that you have is you. Nobody else, there's nobody else who's tried to stop me from sponsoring people. No other company out there is concerned about my success in this business and going to try to stop me from building a large organization. You know why? They understand that people are being born faster than money is being printed. That's why there's no such thing as saturation in network marketing. The largest organization in the world is Christianity. It's not saturated, and it's been around for several thousand years. Do you think that network marketing will get saturated? No. You follow what I'm saying? That's a myth. And so now this is what we do here. If you want to have a large business in traditional, you want to start off with a lot of capital. If you want to have a large business in network marketing, start out with what? A lot of people or a lot of prospects. And so I'm going to talk to you right now about how to build a list. First of all, when you're building a list, understand that your list will someday turn into the physical equivalent monetary value that you're really looking for. So build a list big, build a list strong. There's several reasons to build a big list. Not only because you'll make a lot of money, but building a big list allows you to have what we call posture, and I'll talk about that in a second. So I tell people this: start off at least with a list of 100 people. Some of you are afraid because we have a cold market program. You want to tell people, oh, don't build a list, don't have to worry about that. No, guys, build a list. Do you want to build a big business? Yes. If you were having a party and you had $1 million budget that I was donating or Brad was donating to you to have a party, would there be more than 100 people on the invitation list? Absolutely. Well, if you're going to build $1 million income that comes in every single year instead of a party that you don't make any money from whatsoever to impress people you didn't like in the first place, to come to somewhere to spend up all your money, why wouldn't you build a list of a bigger than 100 people to build $1 million income? And then you don't need Brad and my money, you throw your own party. You follow what I'm saying? Build a list. Don't prejudge people. Don't you make the decision for whether or not they can get started in the business. When we build that list, you make that list long and strong. Just write down names arbitrarily. Whoever's name comes to your mind, write down their names. There's memory joggers that you can do. If you want to build a list. Now, this is for the people who really want to make it happen. Those people that really don't want to make it happen, you'll take notes on this and you'll leave out of here and you won't do it, and your list will remain 15 people. Everybody in here, I can tell you right now, if it came down to the wire, you can put a list of 500 people on the list. And you can do it probably in less than 2 hours. If the dream was big enough. Go to the Mercedes-Benz dealership. They say, hey, we're going to hand you the keys right now of a $120,000 S600 Mercedes-Benz. All I need is 500 referrals, not one dime out of your pocket, and I need them within 2 hours. How many of you walk out of there with a Mercedes-Benz? You know why? Because you picture it. It's almost like a guarantee. And so we work on guarantees. We work on what we can picture. Now, let me ask you a question. See, I'm teaching you how to do the business now. If you build a list of 500 people, in my opinion, I can't guarantee it, you'll have the money to buy 3 Mercedes-Benzes this year through your own income. You follow what I'm saying? By building that list. Why? Those are the resources. So now when you build that list, what you want to do is this. Just start writing names. Think about people in certain professions. Who do I know that's an accountant? Who do I know that's a bank teller? And just ask yourself those questions. Who do I know? Who do I know? Who do I know? Who do I know that I worship with? Who do I know that my children go to school with? Who do I know that last name is Brown? Who do I know that last name is Davis? Who do I know that last name is Carter? Who do I know last name is this? Take the telephone book. Go through them. Just go through the phone book. Look at last names. Who do I know that has a last name like this? Who do I know that has a first name like this? Who do I know that I play golf with? Who did I graduate with? Who do I know that sold me the car that I'm driving? Who do I know that at the grocery store? Who do I know at the cleaners? Who do I know that my son or daughter plays this particular sport with? Guys, remember, when you're making your list, the biggest reason that most of you won't make a big list is because you're making a list and you're making a decision for that person at the same time. And when you're making a list and a decision for those people at the same time, your list will be real short because you will eliminate all of the right people and you'll put down what I call the easy crowd, the people that's easy for you to contact. And you'll make excuses for those, oh, well, they can't afford it, or they make too much money. They don't have the time to do this, so I won't put them on the list. How many of you have done that? Raise your hands. Be honest with me. Every single hand better go up. Because if that's not the case, everybody in here would be at least gold. You follow what I'm saying? There's people right now that I've done it. I know you've done it. I've done it. You follow what I'm saying? And so you have to not prejudge those people. Build that list of names. That list of names can be, to me, it's worth gold. I tell people, you're sitting on millions of dollars right now. All you've got to do is put them on a piece of paper and let them go through the process.
Wow, this is powerful information. Your list could be worth a fortune. Why don't we stop the CD right now, take out a pen and a piece of paper, and let's build a prospecting list of at least 100 people. Now remember, don't start the CD again until your list of 100 prospects is completed.
After you build that list, you're not prejudging those people. What I recommend you do is categorize your list of people. Make a list of people at a distance. So you should have two types of lists. You should have people that are local. That means within a 3-hour drive. That's local. Forget this cross-town stuff. When I was in network marketing, anybody who was in 3-4 hours, we go show the plan to them for a one-on-one. A one-on-one. And we go across town here in Houston, 45 miles, and we're like, man, I got to go way over there to show them the plan. I'll just put them on the website. Now, I'm not saying you can't do that. You know, network marketing in this industry here and technology has made it a lot simpler for us to process more people. But I'm talking about your initial list, guys. When you handle your initial list properly, you can set yourself up to be financially independent, in my opinion. Okay. You have that list of people. Make a list of people that are local. Make a list of people that are at a distance. How many of you know people that are outside of 3 hours from where you live? Keep your hands up if you put all of them on your list. Hands going down kind of slow. I'm going to be the last liar. Okay, good. We got 2 people here that have put all of them on their list. Okay? And so, guys, I mean, you know people, why not have let me share something with you. Why not have a business outside of where you live? Guys, if we got 22 power trainings that's coming up. Wouldn't it be awesome to have people in your group at all 22 of them getting trained by somebody else other than you? See, that's what smart business people think of. You got 22 people, 22 different power trainings that's going to take place by people who are making 6 figures or more in this business. It would be incredible. And my goal is to fill up and have more people at any power training than anybody else in the organization, in the company. You follow what I'm saying? And so guess what? All of you know people right now outside of this area. This is the key thing that you don't understand. The people that you know outside of this area know other people in areas that you don't know. That's why the income and the resources are unlimited in this business. So now you build that list. You make that list long. You make that list strong. You don't prejudge. You make a local list. You make a long distance list. Then this is what you want to do. You want to categorize it in 4 different categories. Categorize your list in 4 different categories. If I had a board, I'd draw it out for you up here. I call it a 4-checker. The 4 checks. And what I do is this. By each person's name, I'm going to have 4 little boxes next to their name. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to categorize those people. Well, what do you mean categorize them? I'm going to say, okay, does this person right here, do they have influence? Do they work in an atmosphere where they have influence with people? Now, let me share something with you. You say, well, that may not be so important. I want you to look at the top income earners in this company. Look at Brad, look at Susan, look at Ron. Brad Hager was in sales before he got started in this industry. Did he have influence with people? Absolutely. Susan Walsh, hairdresser. Did she meet people and have influence with them? Yes. Absolutely. Ron Goles, advertising. He owned his own advertising firm. Did he have influence with people? A whole bunch of influence with people. People with influence is very important to have on your list. That's why I say a window on my list is worth more than a company giving me $100,000. I'm going to show you how to turn that asset, or the monetary equivalent of $100,000. Now, do they have influence? Is this person a self-starter? How many of y'all think Brad's a self-starter? Or how many of y'all think Brad needs help? You know, his upline had to call him. Hey, man, you call your people yet? You coming to the meeting? Coming to the business briefing? Coming to training? No, he's a self-starter. How many of y'all think that, Brad had to call Susan all the time and say, hey, Susan, listen, there's a power training. You need to get registered for it. Or is she a self-starter? She's a self-starter. She was a self-starter before she started making all this money. That's why she made it in a shorter period of time than other people, because you have to unlearn being not a self-starter, and you have to now learn to become a self-starter, and then your income comes. You don't just go from where you are to income. You have to go through a process of change. So I want to start with those people who have those type of characteristics. Now, third is this person coachable, teachable, and trainable? Now, if they have an ego that's out of whack, typically I don't even like them. I don't even want them on my list. But I'll put them on there anyway. I'll put them on there anyway. They may go out and lead me to somebody else who doesn't have an ego, and they'll quit, and I'll be able to build and work with those people. It's already happened in my business before as well. For some reason, those people just find a way to weed themselves out. Now, is this person a self-starter? Does this person have influence? Are they teachable, coachable, and trainable? And the fourth check is, are they financially able to get started in the business today? And there's several different levels that a person can get started. Now, if they're not financially able, do you take them off your list? No. What I'm saying is now you have 4 different categories of people. And what I do is I take that list and I go down that list and I put check marks by each person's name. Does this person have influence? Yes. Is this person right here self-starter? Yes. This person coachable, teachable, and trainable? Yeah. This person financially able to get started in the business? From my opinion, yes. Is a 4 checker. And now what you'll find is this here. Out of a list of 100 people, typically, remember, you associate with people who are like you. And what you do is this here. If your self-image can handle it, have somebody else, like your upline, evaluate whether you're a 4 checker, 3 checker, or 2 checker. And it's okay. Typically, that's the largest percentage of people that you're going to have on your list. Now, you take that list of people that you've got, and you get with your support member, your support team, your upline. Here are my list of resources. Here's my multi-million-dollar business, the foundation for my multi-million-dollar business. So you've got that list. You made it long. You're not prejudging people. You're not making a decision beforehand on whether they can build a business or not. They're making that decision themselves. You've categorized them. You got a local list. You got a long-distance list. And now you are ready to get started. See, you're focused now. You got to listen. You're focused. You got purpose. Don't put names on a list just because somebody said it. Put names on a list with a purpose. Now what your purpose is to sift and sort through that list, and we're going to talk about how to invite the invitation process.
This is getting more exciting by the minute. Now's the perfect time to categorize the first 20 people on your list.
You've got your list. Your list is long. Your list is strong. A lot of resources. See, the other reason for that big list, remember I talked about posture? Posture simply means this, that you don't care whether or not they get involved in your business when you have a big list. You got a small list, you care. And they know it. And that's why they don't get in. When people know that you care about whether or not they're going to get started, they don't get started. When people know that you don't care whether or not that they get started because you're going to find somebody else, they want to know a little bit more and they get started. Guys, I'm giving you, if you understand these basics here, this right here is what I learned and I became a master at. Over and over and over and over and over again, over and over and over and over and over again, I became a master at learning these basic principles and foundational things in the industry of network marketing. And that's what ultimately led to my success when I was hooked up with the right mentorship, when I was hooked up with the right coaches and the people and the right system that we had in place. So now you got a big list. You don't care whether or not they get involved. And what you want to do is this. With that list of people, you want to process that list of people in the shortest amount of time possible. Why? You build up momentum, and I always give an equation. P equals MV. Momentum equals mass times velocity. The bigger the list of names and the faster you go through them equals the bigger the momentum that you'll have in your business. You wonder why you see people who get involved in the business, next thing you know, they go from 0 to silver in the first 30 days, or they go from 0 to gold in the first 60 days or the first 90 days. It's because they had a big list of people that they put through a process in a very short period of time, and their group did the exact same thing. Remember, your group will typically duplicate 20% of what you do right and around 80% of what you do wrong. And all you need is 20% of the people in your group. If you're doing it right, building a big list of names, going through them in a short period of time, you only need 20% of people to do the same thing with you. And now that's what we call momentum. You don't have momentum by yourself. You have momentum by developing proper work habits and having a few people duplicate the exact same thing that you're doing. Your whole group won't do it. I don't expect 80% of the people to do what I'm talking about today. I'm looking for 5 people to do what I'm talking about today. Just 5. And I'm not going to pick who you are. Just 5. 5 people, and we can create momentum with 5 people doing and mastering these fundamentals that I'm talking about. Just 5%. 5. So now you've got your group, you've got your, because cream will always rise to the top. They'll watch and see what you're doing, and they're like, man, he's processing a lot of people. Every time I call him, he says he's meeting with somebody. Every time I call him, he says he's showing the plan. And guess what? The 5%ers, or that 20% of the people in your group, they're going to duplicate what you're doing. They're going to say, man, he's gone all the time. Well, maybe I need to be out showing the plan. And guess what? They'll do it. And now you've got so much activity going on in a short period of time, your business doesn't have a choice but to explode because you're putting so many people through the process. Well, let's talk about the invitation process and how you get people to see the plan. You guys have seen us do the baseball diamond. I'm not going to talk about warm market right now, the warm market process, but I want to talk about the invitation process because this is very important. Most of you right now, what you do is you throw away hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars every single day by how you get on the phone and you improperly invite people to see the opportunity. An improper invite means this: that person that just gave me this $100,000 to get Wendell in, I just gave it right back to him by doing an improper invite because he's not coming. And I just messed it up. I messed it up. Remember, this is my philosophy here. Every person that I sponsor in the business is not one person. Network marketing, 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2, it equals 11. This right here is exponential growth. Every person that I sponsor in the business, Jay, is another 20 people that I'll be able to put into that person's business within the first 30 days. Every person that I sponsor, I'll put 20 people in their business right away. Bam. That's what my goal is. Get 20 people in right away. Because now, Ludolph, I got 20 people. Each 20 represents how many? Another 20. That's 400 people. See, that's what I picture. See, I don't picture sponsoring a person and having one person. Those of you who picture that, change your picture. Change your thought process. One person doesn't equal one person. How many of you in here, raise your hands if you knew me before this company? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You follow what I'm saying? But because I knew him, how many of you are in his group, in Ed's group? You follow what I'm saying? Oh, all the hands just popping up like popcorn now. So because I met Ed, because I met Regina, I've been introduced to thousands of people. 1 doesn't equal 1. You follow what I'm saying? Now, you've got your list. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start the invitation process. We're going to start making what we call some phone calls. This is that 5,000-pound gorilla that most of people are afraid of in the industry of network marketing. How many of you honestly find it very difficult to make phone calls? Keep your hands up right quick. Keep your hands up if you find it difficult to make phone calls. Okay, now, hold on for a second. Keep your hands up. Keep your hands up. I'm going to show you how to make it very simple. Keep your hands up. Yeah. Go get some exercise. Y'all need to hold those phones. That's why you want to put your hands down. You ain't been holding that phone up. You got to keep your hands up. Now, Bill Gates sent out an email that you got. Hold on for a second. Keep your hands up. Show you how to make it not difficult. And said, for every person that you call and offer an opportunity to come and work with him and be mentored by him, he's going to put $100 in your bank account for every person that you call, whether they want to work for him or not. How many of you would be afraid to pick up the phone and call people? Keep your hands up if you'd still be afraid. You will be afraid? No. Why? Because you got a guarantee. Now, this is not putting anybody down, but I just want to give it to you straight. That's called job mentality. That's called, I'll do something if you can guarantee me a result. And that's okay. Change. Just change. You cannot be successful in this industry of network marketing if you have job or employee mentality. You've got to be able to see the future. You've got to be able to create your own guarantee. See, nobody guaranteed me any success. I created my own guarantee. I guaranteed that I go out and do the work. How many of you would guarantee that you'll go out and just do the work anyway without a guarantee? I'll tell you guys, take it on faith. Take this business on faith. A year, 2 years on faith. You'll make money in the process. You may not get rich and get all of your dreams in the process. You'll make money, but guess what? The key thing is that you'll be changing in that 2-year process. And the change is what's going to bring about the results. So now it's easy for everybody to work the phone if you switch to wealth mentality and you have a big dream. You have to find what motivates you. If something that you know that motivates you, well, guess what? This is what you do. If you've typically been afraid to work the phone, what you do is this. Write a check to yourself, if this is one of your goals, for $1,000 or $10,000 or something like that. Make up some type of check written to you and paste it right there on the telephone. See, guys, you have to motivate yourselves. Don't wait for external motivations. You know, that's why I say you start with a dream, and now take those dreams and post them all around you. You know, put little sayings together. Put little, whatever it is. If you're tired of your job and you want freedom, nickname it the freedom tool. Don't call it a telephone. This is the freedom tool. I got to use my freedom tool. I'm telling you guys, if you change the name of something, you have a different picture of what it is. Now, guess what you picture that as? A freedom tool. That means every time you use it, you're getting closer or one step to your freedom. You follow what I'm saying? Instead of, calling it a telephone. When you have that list, this is what you want to do. You want to designate a time that you're actually going to make phone calls. Designate a time that you're going to make phone calls. Any time is a good time. I'm not going to give you a specific time. Just don't make phone calls when you should be at a business briefing or a training or at some other event. That's team time. That's commitment time. Okay, that's show time. Typically, I don't like to call people, me personally, after 1 a.m. No, I'm just, but you know who those people are. Now, based on how you're going to call them, some people you can sponsor them right away. You call them at 1 a.m. in the morning. I'm serious. See, you guys got to get excited about this thing. Another example. You figured out it was a gold mine off of 59. 15 40-foot trucks turned over, gold bars. The mayor calls and says, hey, listen, get what you want for the first hour. You're not going to call your buddy at 1 a.m. in the morning? Oh, she's asleep. He's asleep. No, you're going to pick up the phone and call him. Well, guess what? You found a gold mine. Try it. Somebody who you haven't talked to, you call somebody, hey, listen, sorry to wake you up. I found the gold mine.